78% of suicide rates worldwide are men. What can we do to help them? Can I just say, this thread is so supportive. Everything here is exactly what I've been feeling, and knowing it isn't just me, just a white male, going through life, feeling like I'm not allowed any problems because of my privilege. This is amazing to read. And I'll be included soon because I'm so fucking tired and nothing works. Meds don't work. Therapy doesn't work. I thought being a workaholic would work, but it doesn't. My friend who has been given everything in his life told me to be grateful. Fuck him. He's had every opportunity in his life given to him. Legacy student despite his 2.5 GPA. Given a $70K job in rehab because a fellow junkie took pity on him. Maybe men kill themselves because, like me, they realize the system is rigged and that most have no fucking chance. Give us one compliment. Just one. A girl once said I had really pretty eyes. That shit was 7 years ago and I remember it perfectly because it's all I've gotten in 7 years. Actually listen to their problems and not yell at them and say you're a man, don't be such a wimp. As a whole, make it easier and cheaper to get mental help. Treat us like humans. I was sexually assaulted as a child and frequently tried to harm myself, but whenever I talked to someone about it they scoffed and said I was telling fibs. And #X200B. Edit, thank you for all the kind words. Please, if you're thinking of hurting yourself, please seek help, don't go it alone. Hugs, compliments and cuddles. Men does not get enough of these things. I think a big part of it is we really don't ask how people are and ask what their struggles are. We just kind of assume. The other night my cousin, which is male, tried to kill himself and is still in the hospital. Nobody really knew he was struggling. Not abandon your best friend of 10 years after he begged you for help. Fuck you, Sam. Man here, with mental health experience. Here's a few things that would help. 1. No financial barriers to therapy. It's a net benefit to everyone if taxes are spent on free access to therapy. Even in my country of Canada I couldn't afford $150 an hour for therapy when I was suicidal. 2. Early education in personality psychology. There should be a course starting in 9th grade about the Big 5 personality model and how your idiosyncrasies as a person contribute to your mental health. Big change when I learned about this at the age of 30. 3. Stop with the patriarchy and man-hating nonsense. Most men are not in the 1%. It sucks when you're told you oppress people just by existing. Like, dude, I'm $500 away from being homeless and have no friends. WTF are you even talking about? 4. Encourage positive male role models. We need good, wise, strong father figures to instill positive masculinity in our boys and young men so they don't fall prey to the dark side of masculinity. Father figures matter. There's so much to say, but that's all I've got. Funding for mental health and understanding as a society. Easier said than done, especially in certain cultures. Not mentally judge them for height, weight and dick size. Treat their mental health seriously. When they are struggling with a problem, the only advice that is given to them to man up. Which, in my opinion, they have, and they just need actual help. A livable wage to be able to provide would be a good start. Don't shame us for asking for help or appearing weak. Allow men to express sorrow without shaming them and instead supply support. The real men don't cry. Idea kills. Stop telling them to man up or grow a pair because men suffer too. Let men show emotions without making fun of them or calling them babyish. Start spreading the word that it's okay to not be okay. It's not unmanly or weak, it's human. And being human is okay. So many women feel comfortable saying how they feel to other people. A lot of guys don't feel comfortable to talk about that stuff ever, for one reason or another. I can't count how many times I've tried to approach friends about what I'm going through and gotten cold fucking receptions. I've been ghosted by friends on more than one occasion for doing little more than having feelings. Men are meant to act like nothing ever bothers them at all, and so we end up bottling it up till it comes out in the worst ways. For me, it's often alcohol. Change the world's culture and perception of mental health. Stop teaching them to suppress and bottle up their emotions. If you know how to actually feel the things you're experiencing, then when shit gets hard you can deal with it easier. Otherwise you're left with a sense of discomfort, a nauseating, sickening twisting in your gut and a sense that something is wrong. You're not sure what, just that things aren't right and you need it to stop right now. You drink, you punch the wall, you hurt yourself. You try to cry but tears don't come because all you know about crying is, man up. Grow up. Boys don't cry. You try to tell people you're not okay, a shrug when they ask how things are going. Telling people who care about you, you're not feeling so great or are having a bad week. But the lackluster way, that is the only way, you feel comfortable talking about how you feel doesn't draw the help it needs, and why would it? Or should it? You're a man, you shouldn't ask for help, or even need it. You deal with these things alone because you're a rock, a pillar of support, the one who stays calm when things go wrong. So instead of unloading, or dealing with the issues, they get carried, bottled up, pushed down, hidden. You desensitize yourself to them however you can and remain stoic. But eventually even stone crumbles, and when it does it's too late. There's too much, it's overwhelming. You don't even know where to start, the only thing you know is you want it to stop, need it to stop. And admitting you need help now would only make it hurt more, but you're sure you can't stand another ounce of pain, so you take the only option available. Destigmatize men having actual emotions, and make getting help for mental illness the social norm. Don't expect men to be manly. We have worries, we have fears just like anyone else. Sometimes we don't want sex, we just want someone to hold us and tell us everything is going to be okay. The modern world shouldn't expect someone to be anything other than a contributing member of society, be it any way. Men like power and feeling looked up to, but like women and children, we need someone to love us and someone we can fall back onto. When a man, or even a woman, is shutting people out and isolating themselves, they need your love the most. I know this will get buried, but I hope someone can take something from this. This will probably get buried, but, as a man, I believe we should be more open about our feelings. A lot of people expect you to be a strong fellow with a cold heart that endures all hardships in life. Most of times, if you say what you are feeling, you will be labeled as weak. You're not supposed to cry, to express sadness, love, pain, sometimes even happiness. I think that people, including us men, should change that behavior, and understand that everyone has feelings and thoughts that need to be expressed. We should listen more to other people and to ourselves. If you read this, thanks for taking your time, and have a great weekend. Just throw out a simple compliment every once in a while. A girl yelled, "My friend thinks you're cute," at me from across a parking lot a few weeks ago, and it still brightens my day whenever I think about it. We rarely get compliments, and it really sticks with us when we get one, even if it's from another dude. An uncle-in-law shot himself to death this week. The guy was screaming for help and threatening to do it for days. He was 48. What are the options? If I was dealing with heavy depression and just wanted to talk to someone, where do I go? I've sought independent counselors and they usually turn out to be nutcases themselves. Seems like this just adds to the overall feeling of hopelessness. Stop believing we are made of steel. Many of us have zero support system, and it's not cool when a female tells us that we are being too emotional or you have the emotions of a woman. I've had a colleague say this and I stopped thinking of her the same way. It really hurt to know that a man is unable to have emotion or pain. I struggle with depression every day and I'd love more than nothing but to be dead, so stop treating us like I'm made of metal. Secondly, there are dark places on the web that I've witnessed women taking joy in seeing men suffer. There are groups and people on Whisper who taunt men who are depressed. It's sickening. People's reaction to men that commit suicide, greater than that's so tragic. If only he had gotten help. How could anyone think they're that alone? People's reaction to men on the verge of suicide, greater than He's so creepy. He's such a downer. Stay away from him, he's such a freak. Can you imagine even living like that? Pathetic. What a loser. So cringe. It's pretty much this.